The world is watching with bated breath as Donald Trump and Xi Jinping prepare for a meeting that has captured global attention. This encounter could shape the course of the 21st century, influencing not just the two nations involved, but the entire international community. This isn't just another diplomatic event. It's a pivotal moment for the world's two superpowers, a meeting that could redefine the global order. The U.S.-China relationship impacts everything from the global economy and financial markets to international security and technological innovation. Tensions have been rising for years. Trade wars, tech blockades, disputes over Taiwan and the South China Sea, and a growing sense of rivalry. Every word and gesture at this summit will be scrutinized by leaders, analysts, and markets worldwide. The stakes? Nothing short of enormous. The outcome could steer the world toward greater stability, or plunge it into deeper crisis and uncertainty. This meeting is a rare chance to ease tensions, rebuild trust, and set a new course for cooperation or competition. Without direct dialogue, misunderstandings can spiral out of control, leading to unintended consequences that affect millions. The world hopes these leaders can find common ground, or at the very least, manage their rivalry with wisdom and restraint. What happens in that room will ripple across continents, affecting billions of lives, economies, and futures. From factory workers in Ohio, whose jobs depend on trade, to tech entrepreneurs in Shenzhen, driving the next wave of innovation, the impact will be real, immediate, and deeply personal for people everywhere. This is more than a clash of personalities. It's a collision of national interests, values, and visions for the future. The future of global trade, technological progress, and peace in Asia hangs in the balance, waiting for the outcome of this summit. The world is holding its breath, waiting to see which direction history will turn, and what legacy these leaders will leave behind. This is a hinge moment, one that could define the decades ahead and set the tone for generations to come. The eyes of the world are on Trump and Xi as the fate of nations hangs in the balance. Diplomacy isn't just about policies, it's about people. The gestures, the tone, and the atmosphere in the room can matter just as much as the official agreements signed on paper. The personal chemistry between Trump and Xi could set the tone for years to come, influencing not only their own relationship, but also the broader direction of U.S.-China ties. A strong rapport can open doors for compromise. A cold one can deepen mistrust and make negotiations even more difficult. Experts are watching not just the statements, but the body language, the handshakes, the off-script moments, every subtle cue that might reveal what's really happening behind closed doors. For Trump, this is a chance to prove he can be tough on China and deliver for American workers, showing strength and resolve on the world stage. For Xi, it's about showing China as a stable, responsible power, ready to lead and cooperate in global affairs. The world faces shared challenges, climate change, pandemics, economic instability, that demand U.S.-China cooperation, because no single nation can solve these problems alone. If these leaders can't talk, the world's problems get harder to solve, and opportunities for progress slip away. The alternative to dialogue? Arms races, proxy conflicts, and a divided world, echoes of the past that no one wants to repeat. This meeting is a test. Can dialogue win out over confrontation? The stakes are global, and the outcome will shape the future for everyone. The U.S.-China rivalry is about more than trade. Trade imbalances, tariffs, and accusations of unfair practices are just the start. Technology is the new battleground. AI, 5G, quantum computing, and cyber espionage. Both sides fear the other gaining a decisive edge. Security issues loom. Taiwan's fate, South China Sea disputes, and military posturing. Any misstep could trigger a crisis. There's also a clash of values. Democracy versus one-party rule, free speech versus state control. Human rights, Hong Kong, and Xinjiang remain flashpoints. These aren't just policy disputes, they're fundamental differences in how each country sees the world. Trust is scarce, and the stakes are high. The challenge? Can they find common ground, or at least avoid disaster? The world is watching. Trump's goal is clear. He wants to rebalance trade, cut the deficit, and look tough for his base, especially as he faces political pressure at home. He believes that showing strength on the world stage will boost his support domestically. He wants China to buy more American goods, create jobs in the U.S., and stop practices he calls unfair, like intellectual property theft and forced technology transfers. Trump's style is direct, transactional, and unpredictable. He wants quick, visible results he can sell at home, and he's willing to shake things up to get them. Xi's priorities are stability, economic growth, and respect for China's sovereignty, especially on sensitive issues like Taiwan and Hong Kong. He wants the U.S. to ease tech restrictions and tariffs, open up to Chinese investment, and to treat China as an equal global power. Xi is strategic, cautious, and focused on the long game. He's patient, preferring gradual progress over sudden moves. Both leaders want to project strength and determination, but their approaches to leadership and negotiation couldn't be more different. Trump thrives on personal negotiation, bold moves, and the element of surprise, often keeping even his own team guessing. Xi prefers careful planning, consensus building, and setting clear red lines that others are warned not to cross. The outcome of their rivalry will depend as much on their personalities and leadership styles as on their official policies. Can these two powerful leaders find a formula for peaceful coexistence and mutual benefit? Or will their deep differences and ambitions push the world closer to conflict and instability? The stakes couldn't be higher, and the world is watching every move. History shows that summits can change the world or fall flat. Nixon's 1972 visit to China broke decades of hostility and reshaped global politics. But not every meeting is a breakthrough. Trump and Xi's past talks brought temporary truces, but failed to solve core disputes. Obama and Xi found common ground on climate change, proving cooperation is possible even amid rivalry. The lesson summits aren't magic. They can't erase mistrust overnight, but they can manage competition, clarify intentions, and prevent escalation. Success means progress on a few key issues, not solving everything at once. The real test: are Trump and Xi ready to learn from history or repeat its mistakes? This summit is a chance to set a new tone. The world is hoping for more than just a photo op. The best-case scenario? A turning point toward managed rivalry, not open conflict. A deal on trade, more U.S. exports, fewer tariffs, could boost both economies. Agreements on intellectual property and market access would calm global markets. Even more vital renewed military dialogue to prevent accidents in hotspots like the South China Sea. Talks on arms control and emerging tech could reduce the risk of catastrophic war. Joint action on climate change and pandemics would show real leadership. Success would mean stability, lower prices, and hope for global cooperation. It's not about solving every problem, but building guardrails for the future. The world needs proof that these giants can compete without catastrophe. This is the optimistic vision, one the world desperately wants to see. Can Trump and Xi deliver? The answer will shape the future. The nightmare scenario? Total breakdown. A failed summit could trigger new tariffs, a deeper trade war, and global recession. Supply chains would fracture, prices would rise, and jobs would vanish. The world could split into rival blocs, forced to choose sides. Security risks would soar, military standoffs, accidents, and a new arms race. Without dialogue, the chance of a crisis over Taiwan or the South China Sea skyrockets. Cooperation on climate, health, and global stability would collapse. International institutions would be paralyzed by superpower rivalry. The world would be more dangerous, divided, and unpredictable. This is the path everyone hopes to avoid. The stakes are nothing less than global peace and prosperity. The outcome of this meeting matters to us all. This summit isn't just for politicians. It affects your daily life. A successful meeting could mean lower prices, more jobs, and economic stability. For Americans, it's about affordable goods and job security in export industries. For Chinese families, it's about growth, opportunity, and access to global markets. A failed summit means higher costs, layoffs, and uncertainty on both sides. Beyond economics, it's about safety, reducing the risk of conflict in a nuclear world. The choices made here will shape the world your children inherit. This isn't abstract, it's personal. The stakes are in your wallet, your workplace, and your future. That's why this meeting matters to everyone, everywhere. The world is holding its breath. The outcome will touch us all. We stand at a crossroads in history. The U.S. China relationship will define this century. This summit is more than a meeting. It's a moment of truth. The path of confrontation leads to division, arms races, and even war. The path of dialogue offers managed competition and shared progress. It won't be easy. Compromise and vision are required. The world needs leaders who can look beyond short-term politics. This is a rare chance to step back from the brink. The stakes: global economy, security, and the future of cooperation. Billions are counting on Trump and Xi to choose wisely. They're not just meeting for their countries, they're meeting for all of us. The weight of history is on their shoulders. The world is watching and hoping.